introduce you guys to one of my up-and-coming projects here. It's a 1967 GMC short bed. Look at that thing. It's a one-owner truck. Been in the same family since brand new. Three-speed on the column. It's pretty clean. It's been repainted once. I don't think there's too much rust underneath the paint. Look at that. 6-banger. Manual steering. Manual brakes. It's in pretty good shape though. Been well taken care of. But this will be a upcoming project. Not quite exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But I got some ideas going through the head. It'll be pretty cool when it's done. Cut all these pockets out. I'm going to use one of these bits right here. It's called a Forstner bit. This will give me a nice clean. Yeah, one thing. Need a mask on so I'm not sneezing from this stuff. That is 3/4 of an inch. Then I would just take one of these right here, clean this up. Like that. Fits in the hole beautifully. Pretty close there. Oh. Alright. Now I went and changed my bit. I have a coarser one. This is for doing porting on aluminum. The other one I had was for cast iron. Couldn't find this one, so I had to go dig for it. A little bit more. Alright, now, there, good more space. All right, there we go. 4 finished armrests. Got the pocket in the top. They look pretty good. They match pretty good. Now, I'm going to take them all and go seal them up. Do my tiny bit of body work on them. I'll fill in this little spot and any little spots that look yucky. Get that all filled in and that'll be done. Ready to cover. Me finishing up the armrests. A little bit of detail work I had to do to them. I'll show you what I got going on here. Wait a minute. Where's the thing? Alright, back over here. Alright, this is the left hand side and the right hand side. They both match up pretty good. Look at them. And when I'm making stuff like this, I can visualize most of it, but you can't get really close without one of these. And just set it on that. And see how close it is. And set it on this one. You see how close that one is. Take the same thing and do it on this. Just gotta find the spot that you want to use. I usually try to go to the top, pretty close like that. You take it over here and do that. They are like 99% the same. But you can do it to this. This ain't so. Do this here. Good on that. Onto this one. Onto that one. All pretty good. Go into here. Ah. Come on. That one like that. Like that. It's pretty good. Now, I'm going to take and put some sealer on these. Get them all sealed up. Very thin, so it soaks in. I wanted to get into that stuff and seal it. I know it's kind of expensive stuff to use on something like this, but in the grand scheme of everything, it's all expensive. If one of these got wet and you had to redo it, well, you put all that labor into making another one. If one needs to be recovered, you can get this off and just do any repairs you need to do because it was sealed. Doing a little repairing on these is a lot better than having to rebuild the whole thing. And I'm not spraying it because it'd just be a waste of time. Setting up the gun to do all this. Kind of hard to put a lot on with the gun without making a mess. This is controlled chaos, but it'll seal them up nice. I do this every time I make armrests. You see it soak right into this stuff. Boom! It's gone. So we get anything, because the stuff will swell from the moisture, but because I'm putting a lot on it, it's soaking into it. So I can sand off the swelling. It becomes a very nice base to work on. And like I said, you don't have to worry about moisture so much because leather is porous. It will absorb moisture. Precautions. As I like to say, better to be safe than sorry. You see that stuff, just wick that stuff right in. Poof, gone. The other good reason to do this is the upholstery glue does not get sucked into it. Because it could get sucked into it and you don't have anything left to stick to. Because your glue is all gone into the wood instead of sitting on top to hold your upholstery. I usually do this stuff when I've got, finish up a piece of body work or something that I need to paint. I usually wait on this stuff and just use the leftovers on it instead of making up a batch. But I don't have anything to paint right now, so just made up a small amount to do this and thin the heck out of it. See, now this one here shouldn't take very much. See, it's not wicking it in at all. She's just sitting there. That's good. That's what I'm after right there. Oh. There they are, all sealed up. Stuff will take a little while to dry. And then I can do some body work on these little spots here. Get that spot cleaned up. Those will be all ready to cover tomorrow. All right, my primer's all dry on my armrest. And I went ahead and put some filler on it. And just in areas that needed it, in the little gap there where the board met the stacks, and a little spot at the bottom. So I did all those. Get all these sanded. After that's all cured up. But while I was doing that, waiting for that stuff to cure in there, I went ahead and made my patterns for my tubs in the back. This is all my patterns for everything. So I can take and stitch up all this This one gets a little more difficult because it turns to black on top. This is red, that's black. So that one's a little more tough. But that's where I'm at right now. And we'll go ahead and start setting up for stitching up this stuff so I can finish up my armrests. There is the finished handles. I think they look pretty good. Got a slope and then a flatter spot and then a flatter spot. This one's got a little concave to it. This comes down and goes to a little flat spot, so they got a little character to them. You can spend as much time as you want on them. Get them to any shape you want. But I think that looks good for what the car is. Let's see. All looks good. Yep, I think they'll look nice. Let's go see what they look like on the doors. If you guys are liking what you're seeing in my videos, please hit that like button so more people can enjoy them. And subscribe. Thanks. All right, here is my finished handle. It's going just like that. Looks pretty good. I like it. Got the finger cup in it. So from there I can take the panel off and figure out my design. But it came pretty close to what I had drawn on there. But I put it on there like that and be like, oh. But not too big, not too small. Looks good. Let's go check out the front ones. And there's the front one. That one looks good too. Got the finger thing in it, and I think it looks good. It fits the size of the door. Looks good. So now it's to get the panels off here and figure out a design on the panel itself. Get this part finished up. All right, now I'm gonna get into the more difficult one here. This has got the same wrap as the other one does, but this one changes to black on the top. Cut this one off, so this one will be black, this one will be red. So not only do I have to do a seam here, but I have to do a seam here and then glue all this on here without messing up. So that's what I'm going to tackle right now. Just getting that one done. Now I've got all these matched up. I'm going to take this off here. Because I've got it marked here. I've got it marked here. I've got all the marks on there. So I take this off. I have my marks on where everything sets down into it. Let me yank this off here. Now because this one here bends around the corner, I need to have that little sliver on there, on the black. So this one will wrap down and that one will wrap around, so you don't have a little spot showing. But now I'll cut this one off because this is my black. Don't need it on the red. Cut this one extra. Do it the easy way. Cut this one off this way. All right, So there's my black piece. Which we've already got made. I've got that piece made sitting right here. And this is that. But the first piece I'm going to tackle is putting the red together. This is my line that tucks in this little spot right here. This one folds up to the black. I put this mark here. Put that up there. Then take another line here. And then I need to add a 1/2 inch on for this one, because right there is going to be where I put my sew seam. Right there. This one here's the tuck. And this is sew. So I'll add on a 1/2 inch, cut this, and put my back pattern on, and this piece will be ready to go. There's the one cut. And we'll go and cut that off. Actually, this. And I'm not going to use that. This has got to be pretty good. So, this way. Always the best if you can use a straight edge. There we go. There's that one. Using your pattern, gotta remember. You don't want, this is the outside of the pattern, inside of the hide. You want to make sure you flip it. So, right outside. If you don't, you'll forget. Sometimes, I've done it before. So, you flip it over, turn it. Now, line it back up. On this line right here, and I will use tape to hold it on there. Just clip it through the end here. Move this way. Fix this here. Closer this way. Right there. There. Like that. This again, you have to add a 1/2 inch onto it. Over. And on my 1/2 inch. All right, there's that one. all ready to go too. I got to transfer the marks over. Other than that, it's ready to go. And these are the marks I would use to line this up so I get it in the right spot for this seam. I'm going to stick this on here. I'll transfer those marks onto there. Here. Transfer these marks onto here. And then, where'd my marker go? There you go, guys. These onto here. I got a reference on where I want to get that set into. Alright, just like that. I will tuck this in there and have that one done up. Right. This is the piece I'm going to set first. I want to have this glued before I get the rest of this glued on, because since this line here has to be pretty much perfect to keep the flow in the back all going straight. So I'll do this one first into the screws, and then we'll do this part after. Alright, there it is. Not glued on yet. It's just laying on here. There it is. All seems to fit fine. Next part is gluing it on. Right down there into that mark. Try to do this without pushing it into the glue too hard, so I can remove it if I have to. That should be close. Now, let me take this here. Back up. My straight edge here. Pretty close. Not bad. Little dip right here. Bring this up a little higher. That. It's not bad. Still needs to come up a little bit right here. And it's not too bad if we get this here down a little bit. All right, there it is. Just watch me wrap it in time lapse. Came out pretty nice. Mine might not be perfectly straight, but that was a son of a bitch to do. But it's pretty much there. Let's go stick it in the car and take a gander at it. Let's see what else I got over here. Oh yeah. So I got that one made. I put this one in, installed it in the front one. Did all that. Let's stand this up here. Let's install it, see how it fits. Alright, back here. The hole. Underneath the lip. Alright. Not too bad. Fits pretty good. Get a little hanging up over here. I don't know what it's hanging up on. But I think once I put screws in it, because this will be sticking up anyway, it does sit higher because the lip underneath this one. So it will sit above it a little bit. Nothing I can do about that. But it's pretty good. I put the screw in the bracket. Oh, it'll be really nice. I got a little bit higher on this. Not too bad. What sucks is that this one's only a 1/2 inch tall. And that's all that's on there. Where this one's 3/4. And the other side is 3/4. So ended up being just a little bit taller. But I don't think that's all that big of a deal. I don't think anybody's going to complain about that. It looks good though. Good, all looks good. Both sides came out really nice. But they all look good. That's what counts. So I got to finish up this back pillar piece on both sides and put that piece of trim on the top. And then do the window pieces. And that'll be done. If you guys like what you've seen in my videos so far, please hit that like button so more people can enjoy these videos. Let's check out the cargo area. I've got it all done. Everything's covered. I've got all the window trim on, got the pinch molding on, all the way around. Down the top of the window, lower piece. We've got the carpet set in. So everything's done. All came out looking pretty good. Everything's nice. We've got the tailgate piece on here. It's coming out pretty good.